What is up? It is Zane here, and today I just need to rant about synthesizers and the future of music production, so let's fucking go. Alright, so, I've been cooking up music every day, and I develop plugins, but I just feel like the technology is not where I believe it should be right now. And there's just a lot of things that I think could be improved. Because right now, think about it, okay? Everyone, when you use a synth, you got your basic oscillators and you gotta, use your filters, LFOs, like combine it to get your unique results. Or you can maybe flip samples, so like chop them up, throw them in a granulator, like that's how most people do synthesization. But you reach a point where you realize, like, am I being held back by the technology right now? Like, can you really make any sound you want with just the sine wave, saw wave? And like, is it even fun? That's been the main problem lately. Like, I've just been sick of turning knobs, going through presets. And I mean, you have these top companies, top DAWs like FL Studio, Ableton, like they have some good stuff, the technology's not horrible. But I feel like for 2024 and beyond, like things I hope are gonna get a lot better. And I have some crazy ideas that I want to talk about for like plugins that I dream of making one day, and just how I hope the music production workflow will change for us, or me specifically at least, because I know some people are like, oh, I like starting off with a blank template and doing all the sound design. It's not fun if you have whatever. And it's like, for me, my goal is to just cook up as fast as possible and like make heat like instant. The current like best technology that I know of that's out right now is like text to music. And you can make some decent songs. Like obviously it sounds artificial and it's like not very good. The worst part by far is that it doesn't destem, but I've actually made some usable samples, because like it's all about the creativity at the end of the day. Like you can prompt it to make some like weird country or pop music, but if you're actually sound designing and like putting some unique electronica type prompts, like you can really make some new types of sounds you've never heard before. So once I figured that out, that's when I kind of realized, like, hold up, maybe the AI is actually not that bad for music creation. And the other cool music tech that I know about is of course SYNTH 2, where you like drop a sound in and then it'll make a preset. That's probably like current most useful one. And I've also seen a developer release like a AI generating drum type of thing, where it gives you a sample of like a new type of drum sound, whether it's like a snare, hi-hat, but it's not text to prompt, it's just like whatever the algorithm is. But now though, I want to talk about my dream plugins, and I'm really about to leak all my ideas for like the future technology that I hope to bring to life. And I know a lot of other developers are probably working on similar stuff, they just don't want to leak it, or maybe the tech's not good enough. But the main things that I think are going to be really powerful is text to preset. So maybe you type like Anima tech bass, and then it gives you like a crazy bass preset for whatever synth it's in. Text to stem / sample is what I really want. Like, give me a John Summit Tech House loop. Give me like a Sewer Slut drum and bass break, stuff like that. Because for me, like getting samples and trying to just pay for splice or whatever, like that's probably the worst part of making music for me, because drums are so important, and just like making them from scratch is trash. Like you can record your own sounds, which is cool. Like that's another way you can synthesize stuff that I think is great, but I just want to instantly get a groove going and not worry about copyright or just like flipping a drum sample or just creating like a new pattern. It's like just a waste of time in my opinion, honestly. So I hope that workflow changes. And I just want to spawn in presets. I don't want to start at the init and serum, or just like have to craft things that I want and then it comes out mid, and then you're just like have to make a new preset, and it just takes so much time. That's why my dream is to like type it in, get the preset, and then you can edit it and tweak it how you want after. That I think is the dream workflow for me. So I'd love to create something like that. And I want to get rid of the basic synth oscillators. Like I'm kind of just done with all waveform synthesis, all just basic synthesizer methods, honestly. I think it's holding everybody back, in my opinion. I mean, I love the sounds, don't get me wrong, that is my life, okay? The saw wave is my favorite thing like ever created. But when it comes to making music, like I just want to work with samples, kinda. I don't know how to explain like my ideas behind it, but I guess more wavetable like, but even then it's like is that really the best we can do? Like, in my opinion, I don't think so. I think the knobs need to work well with just editing samples and stuff like that, but I really do want new forms of synthesis. I think that should hopefully happen soon, and if no one else is trying, I mean, I will try my best, but you know I suck at development, so whatever. New effects, of course, like neural filters is what it's called, like where you kind of run it through an AI algorithm and it'll like make your synth sound into like mouth sounds or whatever, make your vocals into like some other human. That I think is a very powerful new method of synthesis and like effects that I hope, you know, grows in the future. I think that will be super powerful to just resample all your stuff with just an effect and like completely change up the sound. Because I mean, I have a lot of effect plugins, but I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really like using any of them for flipping samples. Like it's pretty boring for me personally. Like you got pitch down, pitch up right now, chop it, but it's like I want a completely new thing, like instant. I don't want to put the work in, honestly. It's just not fun. I don't think you need to as an artist. And I think there should just be new ways to like make sounds in terms of, instead of using knobs, you can like draw a little symbol or talk to the synth. That's kind of my ideas with it. Because like turning knobs is just not that fun, especially on a computer. Like who wants to just click and drag a million times just to get the sound you want? Like you can get expressive by automating things and all that, but it's like at a certain point it's just, what are we doing here? So yeah, those are my main thoughts on the plugin industry right now and just music production. You know, I went to NAMM and I talked behind the scenes with like pretty much all the CEOs, just like trying to figure out what people are working on, and I feel like no one's really prioritizing things that I think are the most valuable for music producers. And now that I cook up every day, like I actually know what I want and like efficient ways to make music, and every DAW I feel like is failing, to be honest. I feel like every top plugin company like needs someone who's gonna innovate them, because they're not reaching out to me, and I don't know, I feel like their teams, like I don't know what people are doing in this industry anymore. Like it's been dry. The devs have been mid, like I don't know. It's been kind of lame for me personally to be in this community. That's why I'm just making music with like whatever tech I have right now. But like, you know, plugins are my #1 passion, so of course I want that to be like as good as possible. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you want to know what's next, I just want to cook up some heat, and for the plugin stuff, we'll see what happens. But chase your dreams no matter what. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.